Let's talk about what's really sabotaging your weight loss. If you're struggling, it's not because you lack motivation. It's because the system you are following is actually working against you. I couldn't lose weight for years until I fixed this. And after I did, I've been able to drop 14 kilos in just 3 months. The system you follow determines if you succeed or burn out before you even see results. By the end of this video, you will know exactly how to build a kind of routine that makes consistency easy, progress sustainable, and weight loss almost automatic. This video is inspired by one of the most helpful books I've read, Atomic Habits by James Clear. After seeing how powerful an impact it had on my body transformation, I wanted to share 3 key ideas from it to help you kickstart your weight loss journey. So let's dive in. Key number 1 is to focus on small daily improvements. I used to start every weight loss journey full of motivation, thinking this would be the time I finally got it all together. I would jump into a strict diet and push myself through hard workouts, convinced that I had to change everything at once. I was chasing perfection, and the moment I slipped, I felt like a failure. All I really wanted was to feel good in my body, to feel proud of myself. But back then, I didn't understand how to actually get there. What I've learned since then is that lasting change doesn't come from trying to fix everything overnight. It comes from small, consistent improvements, the kind that seem almost invisible at first but build up over time. As James Clear, the author of Atomic Habits, says, a slight change in your daily habits can guide your life to a very different destination. If your journey has felt anything like mine, full of hope but ending in frustration, take this as your sign to try a different approach. Eating well, getting enough sleep, and moving your body daily are all very important for losing weight. But trying to change everything at once, especially when those habits don't feel natural yet, often ends in burnout. Therefore, I strongly recommend you focusing on just one thing to start with. For example, if you're not getting enough sleep, try going to bed a little earlier each night. If you mostly eat junk food, start making small daily changes to your diet so healthy choices start to feel more normal and enjoyable. And if you haven't been moving much, just begin with a short daily walk. Even 10 or 15 minutes can make a real difference and help you build momentum. Soon, I will also walk you through a simple exercise that helps you stop wasting time on the wrong things and start making room for the habits that actually move you forward. Key number 2 is don't break the chain. Now that you're focused on small improvements, your only job is to not break the chain. This idea is simple but powerful because by showing up every day, you're not just building momentum, you're also building discipline. And discipline is what keeps you going long after motivation fades. You see, discipline isn't something you are born with, it's something you build. And just like a muscle, it gets stronger and stronger when you train it the right way. Life will throw you curveballs. That's totally normal. On bad days, do less, but don't use it as an excuse to do nothing. Those are actually the most important days to show up. As James Clear says, lost days hurt you more than successful days help you. For example, if your goal is to walk for 45 minutes, but you're having a tough day and can barely get out of bed, be kind to yourself. On that given day, just go for a shorter walk, maybe only for 10 minutes. That small effort still counts because it keeps the streak alive. But use it as a backup plan for the hard days only. On most days, aim to follow through on the commitment you made to yourself. Here's the thing, habits don't form through time, they form through repetition. Once you repeat something enough, it becomes automatic and you don't need to force yourself anymore because it naturally becomes a part of who you are and how you do things. Once this happens, you can gradually increase the intensity, like slightly reducing your calorie deficit, adding strength training, or stacking on another habit. This is how you slowly improve without burning out. The easier you make it to do the right things, the more likely you are to stick with them. And over time, that's how you grow discipline. Key number 3 is focus on identity, not just outcomes. This is where most people get stuck. They start changing their habits, eating better, moving more, then step on the scale and see little to no change. Even though they are doing everything right, the slow progress makes them question if it's even worth it. And that's when most people quit. Not because they failed, but because the results weren't fast or noticeable enough to keep them motivated. If you push through this phase, if you're patient enough to keep showing up while things still feel slow, you will eventually hit a breakthrough. This part is like a test, asking, do you want quick results or a lasting change? That's why one of the most powerful mindset shifts you can make is to focus on your identity. It's easy to obsess over a number on the scale, but try to shift your focus away from just chasing that goal. Because let's be real, if you get there by forcing yourself, pushing through frustration and hating every step of the process, what happens next? Yes, you might even reach your goal, but won't know how to keep going after that. And in the worst case, you will slip back into your old habits and maybe even gain the weight back. That's why the number on the scale cannot be the only thing driving you. Real transformation happens when you become the kind of person who naturally lives this lifestyle, not someone who's just trying to get it over with. Because once something becomes a part of your identity, your behavior changes to match it. For example, instead of thinking, I have to work out, you start thinking, I am someone who takes care of my body every day. And instead of thinking, I cannot eat that, you start thinking, that doesn't fuel me well. I'd rather choose something more filling and satisfying. The moment your actions align with the person you believe yourself to be, consistency becomes automatic. Eating better and moving daily simply become a part of who you are. That's why James Clear says, every action you take is a vote for the kind of person you want to become. But this doesn't mean that you shouldn't set goals. In fact, you need clear and realistic goals to know where you're headed. But while goals point you in the right direction, it's your daily habits and your routines that actually get you there. Therefore, the goal and your systems work together to help you reach your destination. Now let's get into the best part. Knowledge is only power when you act on it. So here's what I want you to do. Become aware of your current habits using a habit scorecard. Before you can change anything, you need to see clearly what's really happening in your daily life. Grab a pen and paper. Write down everything you do from the moment you wake up until you go to bed, and be honest with yourself. Then, next to each habit, mark it as positive if it helps you become the person you want to be, negative if it holds you back, and neutral if it doesn't really affect you. Right now, just observe. Don't try to change anything yet. Once you have a clear understanding of your day, you will start to see which habits drain your energy and keep you stuck. These are the ones you will want to gradually replace. And in the next video, I will show you exactly how, by diving into the psychology behind atomic habits and breaking down how to make good habits stick and bad habits fade away for good. But for today, just start with your habit scorecard and begin applying the simple ideas we covered. Start small, be consistent by not breaking the chain, and focus on becoming the kind of person who naturally lives a healthy lifestyle. Step on the scale and take your measurements just to mark your starting point. Write them down, then set them aside and keep your focus fully on the process.